Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have a super exciting one because I'm going to be doing another dupes video. As I mentioned in my W7 versus Huda video I did recently, and of course I couldn't not do a video for you. So we are going to be comparing the W7 Moonglade palette to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveu palette. Now the ABH palette is not cheap, it's like £48, so unbelievably expensive, but this W7 one is under a tenner. In fact, it's under £8 because it's £7.95, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills one is £48. Like, that is insane. The W7 is a fraction of the price of the ABH, and if you can create similar looks with both of these, I'm going to tell you all to go out and get the W7 one. So I'm going to show you what the palettes look like, then we're going to run through the swatches of both of them side by side, and then we'll get on to the tutorial. So if you'd like to see that, then please keep watching. Okay, so if you haven't seen the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette before, this is what the packaging looks like, and then this is the colour story of the Nouveu palette. It's definitely not my favourite ABH colour story that they've done, just because it's cute, it's different, but I just don't find this palette extremely inspiring. I love that you've got some neutral mattes in there and you've got loads of shimmers to choose from, and I did actually do a review on this video on my channel. I will link the original review down below. But yeah, it is a cute palette, but it's definitely not one that I reach for, and I don't even think I've used this since I filmed that video, which is just great. So yeah, that is what the ABH palette looks like. And then this is the Moonglade palette by W7, and then this is the colour story of the W7 one. So obviously, as you can tell, it is a clear dupe of it, even from the packaging colour to the colour story. These are the palettes side by side, obviously ABH at the top and W7 at the bottom. What do you think? Let me know. Now what W7 have done, what they did with the Influence palette, which was duping the Huda Empowered, and by the way, if you have not watched that yet, I will link that down below as well, is that the same shades are in both palettes, but the W7 one has just like jumbled it around a little bit just so it's not like exact, you know, copy of the ABH one. Just looking at the both of them, I think there is one shade in the W7 one that doesn't look like any of the shades in the ABH, but what I'll do is I'll swatch obviously the ABH palette and then I'll match up what I think is a dupe of what shade. So let's get into the swatches. Okay, so these are the swatches. I'll let you take a good look at them before you decide which one is which. So I do think this one is a little more obvious than the Influence palette of like what in terms of a dupe. Like with that video, I genuinely couldn't tell a difference between the W7 and the Huda, but this one, I feel like this last shade gives it away that this bottom row is the W7 dupe and the top row is the ABH. I mean, if you hadn't seen the ABH, you might not have noticed, but for me, I just feel like that blue sticks out. I saw fun really, I don't know, but apart from the blue, honestly guys, it's an exact dupe. Like, you just would not be able to tell the difference. And when I say like exact, I mean even the formula of the shimmers are incredibly similar. Like with these ABH shadows, the shimmers are so incredibly fragile. They're really crumbly, really soft. They almost feel like really fine sand when you like rub your finger in it. And I don't know how W7 have done it, but they have literally pulled off like the exact same formula, and I'm just absolutely amazed that they have managed to make a palette look exactly like a high-end brand. Like, it is actually insane. So I am very impressed with these swatches. Okay, so those were the swatches. I am honestly so impressed by how amazing the swatches were. Like, wow. Absolutely incredible. I'm now going to get on into the tutorials, and what I'm going to do is what I've been doing for the past couple of dupes videos. I'm going to be doing a look with the high-end palette first, and then I'm going to do a look with the W7 one that is like basically replicating what I've done with the ABH shadow. So I'll use the same shades that look identical, and then we'll come together at the end and we'll look side to side to determine whether W7 have smashed it out of the park again. So let's get on into it. I like never do this eye first, but for some reason I've done it on my right eye. But anyway, we are going to create a beautiful neutral look with this look today. I'm not going to use the purple because that's what I did with my first review. So what I'm going to do is I'm firstly going to take this shade here and I'm going to put that in my crease. Then next I'm going to take Fleur and I'm going to use that shade to blend out the crease. Then to blend out the top edges a bit further, I'm going to take this neutral pale shade, which is called Paloma. I don't need a lot of this, to be honest, because it's already quite blended. I'm going to go back in with Metro just to add a bit more colour to the crease. There's actually not a lot of neutral mattes in this palette. The majority of the shades are shimmers. I'll try using a little bit of Liberty, which is the Kaku green. I was originally going to use this for my lower lash line, and to be honest, I might still anyway, but I'm not sure if this is going to work. I don't know, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Lily, which is this like kind of brownie neutral, hello, brownie neutral shimmer. There we go. That's actually so pretty because can you see the green reflex in it? And it actually blends into my like outer edges, so I don't actually need another shimmer. That is so pretty. I really love that. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to take Liberty again and I'm going to put that all the way across. Instead of using Isle as the inner corner and brow bone, I'm actually going to take Wings, which is the lighter green, just to mix it up a little bit. Okay, this is the completed look using the ABH NOUVEAU palette, and now we're going to move on to this side, and I am going to fast forward these clips just so you're not sat through me doing the exact same look, but obviously I'm going to be using the shades from the MOONGLADE palette and I'll show you which ones I am using. Okay, and then this is my finished look with the MOONGLADE palette. Again, let me know what you think. Just looking at it like this, do you think W7 is a dupe? I would love to know all your thoughts down below. In the meantime, I'm going to go finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back. I finished off the rest of my makeup. To finish off, I just used my Revolution 5D Lash Powder Mascara, and my lips are a combo. I'm using the Revolution liquid lipstick in the shade Divine, and then for a gloss, I'm using the I Heart Revolution and Cocoa Pebbles lip gloss in the shade, hello, there we go, in the shade Betty. So this is my completed look. Now that I've got the rest of my makeup on, can you see a difference between both sides? When I was doing my mascara, I was looking up close with both eyes, and I must say, if I was just to make like one comment, it would be that the shimmer is slightly different. So on this side, I'm hoping you'll be able to see, but the reflex, like the greeny reflex in this shade, are individual like bits of shimmer, but the reflex on this side, it is just a full-on like pigmented shimmer. Do you know what I mean? So there is a slight difference with the shimmer formula and like kind of how it looks on the eyes. But honestly, apart from that, if I look forward, I genuinely don't think you'd be able to tell that I've got two different eyeshadow palettes on. Like the shimmer detail is if you were looking up really close to my eyes. But if I was out and about, I don't think anyone would notice that they are different. And I'm honestly, again, very impressed. I think W7 have smashed it yet again, and just for that small little detail of the shimmer difference, I still think get the W7 one, because ABH is so freaking expensive. I've shown today you can create a similar look to the ABH one, so I'm gonna say this is a very good dupe of the ABH NOUVEAU palette. And if you were thinking about getting NOUVEAU but thought it's a little bit pricey, or it's just genuinely on your wish list, get the W7 one first. You might find that you just enjoy this one and you don't need the ABH one. But I was so impressed with this because I think even like the shimmer texture, like in the pans, was so similar to the ABH, and the ABH ones are so fragile. I don't even know how to explain it, but they're just so fragile. They always fall apart, and W7 like pretty much replicated that in the pan. So yeah, very impressed with this W7 palette, and I'm gonna say it's a very good dupe and I'm definitely recommending it. Okay, so that was me testing out the new W7 Moonglade versus the ABH NOUVEAU. If you did enjoy this video, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Comment down below whether you think this is a dupe or not, and of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.